Yes, and welcome to Profesor Macabro's horror movie reviews. This time I wanted to share with you a quick review of a movie that I saw. And this movie has actually come out a good long while ago, but I finally had a chance to sit down and watch it, and well, I wanted to give you, the people, my thoughts on this movie that came out, well, a good while ago. And the movie in question is Leprechaun Returns. And if you are familiar with the Leprechaun series, you will probably notice that it seems like it's a different leprechaun in each one. The series in this Leprechaun thing is as loose as the timeline in a Friday the 13th movie. It doesn't seem to add up once you start counting all the years where the series supposedly takes place. But the Leprechaun doesn't seem to have a proper sequel, because it doesn't follow the same characters, and again, it doesn't seem to be the same Leprechaun. However, Leprechaun Returns does follow the events and the characters from the first one, so it is a proper sequel to it. Much in the vein like the 2018 Halloween. It reintroduces the character, follows up on aged characters, and goes from there. If you're not familiar with Leprechaun, the first one, it's a story about an Irish fellow that comes to America looking for his gold and runs amok. Now, you would not think that a leprechaun would be scary, but they do find ways to make him intimidating in the first one, and it stars Kevin Bacon and Jennifer Aniston before they were really big. Kevin Bacon already starred in the first Friday the 13th, but Jennifer Aniston, well, this was her big thing, and I always find it curious how actors get their start in horror movies. Surprisingly, well, not anymore, but back in the day, people looked down on horror and the genre, but now it's more accepted. But still, there are actors that want to ignore their horror roots. I don't know why, but it's the way it is. So, a group of people encounter the leprechaun, they fight for his gold, and then they throw him down the well, and that's the end of the leprechaun. Everyone seems to live happily ever after, because again, the following movies don't reference any of the characters from the first one. It's always a different leprechaun, it seems. However, Leprechaun Returns does follow the character of Ozzy and the daughter of the Jennifer Aniston character, who comes back to the town where the horror happened. Now, a big plot point in the first one is that Ozzy, a character, eats one of the leprechaun's coins, therefore they're not able to retrieve it and get rid of the leprechaun. He comes close to the well where the leprechaun was killed, and because he still has the coin in his belly, don't question how the coin is still there, and he didn't poop it out many years ago, or killed him because of the gold poisoning, or possible obstructions that he might have had. Don't question that. It's a horror movie. Go with it. But because he gets close to where the essence of the leprechaun, I think, was there, it activates with the coin and it brings back the leprechaun, thus killing, unfortunately, poor Ozzy. But don't worry, he still pops up as a ghost trying to help the Jennifer Aniston character, and hilarity ensues. Now, the leprechaun is not played by the same actor, Warwick Davis, that played the other leprechaun. And at first I was like, horror movies have not had a good track record from replacing a established actor. Just look at the Nightmare Before Elm Street remake. But sometimes it does work, like with Jason. A lot of actors played Jason throughout the series. But I don't know his name, but the actor that they got to play the leprechaun, I thought was good. He played the character well, he had his mischievous side and also spouting one-liners. I liked it. The kills are also really good. I like it. You can tell that most of them are practical effects, and that gets an applause from me. I am a huge fan of practical effects and not so much CG. This does have CG because it's a modern horror movie, but I like the way it coalesces together to give us this movie about a killer leprechaun, because why not? Horror movie is a diverse genre, I have always said. You can have your vampires, your werewolves, your snowmen, your Pinocchios. Yes, we do have a horror Pinocchio movie, and your leprechauns. Why not a killer unicorn? Why not a stuff like that? The crazier, the better. Yes, it's like, it's my bread and butter. The crazier the horror movie, the better it is for my tastes. So all in all, Leprechaun Returns is a highly recommendable movie. Again, as a direct sequel from the first one. If you like the first one, you will enjoy this one. If you're a fan of the Aussie character, well, he's still in the movie, just, as a ghost. Ooh. But I highly recommend it. I still like it. I still had fun. And I'm pretty sure that if you like the series, you will enjoy this entry as well. So, if I were to grade it, I would give this, well, let's see. I would give this 8 out of 10 four-leaf clovers. Go with that. So, thumbs up. Highly recommend it. 8 out of 10. Good times. Well, class, until I see you next time, I wish you all a good evening.